That's the city. I've seen it in pictures, I've seen it on film, but I am now just a short distance away from the city. Jesus comes around that corner, comes over that hill, and suddenly he sees it. His disciples don't understand. They've just been shouting praise. They've just been glorifying God for all the wonderful miracles that Jesus had done. But suddenly he transitions from the praise and the adulation of those around him to a city that he loves, and he begins to weep. He begins to weep. His heart becomes moved. And it says he wept over it, saying, was he saying it for everybody else to hear? Did he pause and get a microphone and begin to cry out these words? No, I believe maybe just a few that were near him heard these words. Listen to it. If you had known. Say if you had known. Well, I've got to pause here, and I've got to be disciplined not to linger here long. But I'll tell you something. There's a lot of things you wouldn't have gone through if you had known. There's a lot of things you wouldn't have had to suffer if you would have known. There's a lot of things you wouldn't have had to deal with if you would have known. There's a lot of heartache you wouldn't have had to endure if you would have known. The sad thing is, you probably could have known if you would have waited to hear. If you had known. Jesus is weeping over a city if you had known. In fact, he says later on in verse 44, all this has happened to you because you did not recognize the day of your visitation. And there's some of you, and you better listen to me real clear. Oh God, I feel this strong. Some of you, God is giving you a second and third and fourth chance. He's giving you an opportunity for a fresh visitation. And if you're not careful, you're going to mess it up and miss it.